Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. It's clear that this hymn means a great deal to many of you, certainly if my inbox is anything to go by. Indeed, I know from experience that this hymn is a popular choice for people who are being ordained or inducted to a new church. And that makes a great deal of sense, as the hymn for reflection this week has an overarching theme of valuing God and life above all else. Be Thou My Vision is a hymn with its origins going back to the earliest days of Christianity in our islands. Its source, a medieval poem, was found in 2 Irish manuscripts and today is in the library of the Royal Irish Academy. It may be as old, indeed, as the early 8th century. The poem itself has gone through a number of different iterations to be in the final form of the hymn we have today. The original Irish text was translated into literal prose by an Irish scholar, Mary Byrne, a native of Dublin, and then published by Erie, the Journal of the School of Irish Learning in 1905. Mary Byrne was known for a number of academic publications too, including the Old and Mid-Irish Dictionary and the Dictionary of the Irish Language. And her original prose translation was in the form of 16 couplets. And it's at this point that Eleanor Hull of Manchester enters the story of the hymn. She was the founder of the Irish Text Society and president of the Irish Literary Society of London. Hull versified the text and it was published in her poem Book of the Gael, 1912. Following this publication, the hymn became a huge success and was published in various British hymnals. And it had a renaissance after the Second World War, during which time the hymn came to the attention of hymnal writers and editors in the United States. And Be Thou My Vision remains a staple hymn in most hymnals today. Irish liturgy and ritual scholar Helen Phelan of the University of Limerick points out how the language of this hymn is drawn from traditional Irish culture. She says this: one of the essential characteristics of the text is the use of heroic imagery to describe God. This was very typical of medieval Irish poetry, which cast God as the chieftain or the high king, Ardrí, who provided protection to his people or clan. The lorica is one of the most popular forms of this kind of protection prayer and is very prevalent in the texts of the period. When Hull's versification was paired with the lovely traditional Irish tune Slain in the Irish Church Hymnal in 1919, its popularity was sealed. Again, as is so often the case, hymns were paired with old folk tunes which made them eminently singable and popular. A wee footnote for you about the tune Slain. It was on Slane Hill in County Meath, around 433 AD, that St Patrick lit candles on Easter Eve, defying a decree by the High King Laoghaire of Tara that no one could light a fire before the king signalled himself the beginning of the pagan spring festival, lighting a fire on Tara Hill. King Laoghaire was so impressed by Patrick's devotion that despite his defiance, he was permitted to continue his work in Ireland as Ireland's first Christian missionary. If the tune Slain is a good match for the verse, then I think the story of Slane Hill is also well suited to our hymn. It brings to mind the words of the 4th verse itself. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty praise. Thou, mine inheritance, now and always. Thou, and thou only, first in my heart, High King of heaven, my treasure thou art. And that in many ways is the sentiment at the heart of the hymn. Whatever we value in our lives, there is the sense that at the centre of our longing lies the eternal God who is our beginning and our end. Goodness knows there are many things in life that vie for our loyalty and allegiance, but none are as valuable as the God whose love and presence is our eternal inheritance. Enjoy this week's hymn.